Oh man, so some massive upgrades in the pipe for Fantom. Yes, they've announced a suite of huge updates, which, if they can execute, will continue to make them one of the best technically enabled layer 1 blockchains out there. We're going to go through that. We're also going to look at the charts. Fantom currently up 2%, forming some critical pattern in the charts, which I have to update you on ahead of a critical week with some important macroeconomic updates. Also got an update for you on Bitcoin, which is now hours away from a critical weekly close, which we spoke about in my video earlier. If you've not caught up on that, go and watch that so you know exactly what is coming up in the next handful of hours, because this close is going to be critical and will have implications for Fantom and other altcoins as well. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, if you want to buy any crypto, you can do so using BYBIT or BitGet. Affiliate links in the description which support this channel. Now, as you can see, 2% up here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin started to be up 1%, allowing Fantom to be up 2% at the time of recording this video. You can see Fantom is running into a little bit of daily resistance here at the 38 cents mark. You can see we kind of had that little fake out above it, running up to 39 and then falling back down to as low as intraday today you fell as low as 35 cents. We're now sitting at 37 and a bit cents here on Fantom, and you can see we're comfortably in this rising broadening wedge. Now we need to be very, very careful, like I've continued to say. This is a bearish pattern, okay? So the more time you spend at the bottom of this channel, the more likely you are to break to the downside. Now, in this instance, we know that this is going to depend on Bitcoin breaking that key resistance level at 24K. If it can do so, Fantom will break through 38 and start heading to the upside towards its next level of resistances, which for me, I've got the first level sitting at about 43 cents, and then it can work its way towards 58 cents here on Fantom. And it's showing good relative strength. Yet again, it's up 1% roughly today versus Bitcoin. So it's showing that it's primed and ready to go. And that's always a characteristic we'd like to see with our altcoins in these winter/bear markets. You want to see that when Bitcoin is pumping, your favorite altcoins are responding. If they're not and they're like a dead fish, yeah, what are you invested in, right? That's what we need to be taking a look at. So good pattern here from Fantom. If I show you across on the 4-hourly chart and bring out the EMA ribbon, you'll see something really nice, which is you're getting really good support here on your EMA ribbon. Now, you can see flipped out EMA ribbon here, bullish, ran up, got rejected from 38 yesterday, and came back down and picked up support. So you're getting that response from the EMA ribbon, but remember, that is meaningless if we don't go and post that higher high, right? Because if it doesn't and it starts getting rejected again, now you're creating a double top pattern, and you're creating an M pattern, a double top pattern, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to risk coming back down to your support trend line, back at the bottom of the broadening wedge. Okay, so that's something we want to keep an eye out here for Fantom. Now, if Bitcoin decides to break through 24, then obviously we're going to get our bullish situation here where we can break through 38 and start working our way to the top of the wedge here. If Bitcoin decides to fall to 22,000 and go back into that channel, which I was showing you guys earlier, I'm just going to quickly show you that for reference. That's this channel with this green line here at 22,000 and the bottom of the channel sitting here at 18,700. That's the important channel which we were in for a while here for Bitcoin before we got the breakout to 24, thrown back in, break to 24. Are we going to get thrown back in? If we do, then the levels I'm looking at for Fantom are, will it start falling back towards 30 cents and maybe between this 30 and 24 cent mark here on Fantom? This is the level I'd be looking at for, and I think that would be a really nice sensible place to dollar cost average in at this point as well. I think that'd be a great dip buy again to get that back in the channel. Now, there's no guarantees of that. It's going to depend on Bitcoin, but one thing we do know is it's going to be a volatile week coming up. We've got some interesting things in the calendar. First and foremost, on Wednesday you will receive your CPI reading. Yes, so Wednesday the 10th of August you receive your July CPI reading. We want to see CPI start to inflect down. This is your current CPI reading, 9.1 last month. Can this notch down? Expectations are 8.7. We want to see this tick down to show that what Jerome Powell is doing is starting to work. If it doesn't, if we see that it doesn't and inflation continues to be high, I mean, if it's more than 9.1%, markets are really going to panic. But if it's high, what we're going to see is the market will price in a higher probability of a 75 basis point rate hike. Remember, this previously, last week, most of the market, 90% plus of the market, priced in just 50 basis points. In other words, that's why they were rallying. They were saying, hang on, the Fed are going to chill out now. They're not going to do 75 basis points again. They're going to come down and do 50 next meeting in September 21st. Now, what happened since then is we got the non-farm payrolls on Friday, which surprised to the upside, which the market will not like, right? If there's still too many jobs being placed, wages are still going up month on month, that is a sign that inflation is going to continue, and therefore half the market decided to price in that 75 basis point rate hike again. We can see this skew even more in the chance of 75 basis points if we get a high CPI reading, so really, really important. On Friday, you also get your Michigan sentiment survey as well, so do look out for that. Now, let's move on to some of these fundamental upgrades, and there's a suite of them. Shout out to Fantom Talk for putting this in a nice graphic for us to use. You do some great work over at Twitter, so shout out to you. Now, as you can see, there's going to be a bunch of different things, and the first one is going to be your Erigon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but in essence, this is like a stopgap. This is to enable a hybrid flat storage model until they're able to actually go ahead and complete the full flat storage. And flat storage, in essence, is to increase the block confirmation efficiency, right? That should help speed up the block confirmation and help them continue to be competitive in terms of speed of confirmation. So that's important between Erigon and full flat storage. We've also got automatic node pruning. Okay, so again, another efficiency measure. And this is a very popular topic right now. Even Cardano, with their various Cardano improvement proposals, they're looking at ways to do this, right? How do we make transactions more lightweight, more efficient, less cumbersome, right? And this is a similar thing, allowing you to prune your nodes on the fly without having to go offline. So now node operators can start to trim and make their nodes more efficient without having to completely go offline, which is pretty useful for those guys, of course. You've then on the right hand side here got the Watchdog project, so a smart contract security analyzer to the Fantom mainnet, all powered through the Erigon nodes. Okay, so again with this hybrid flat storage, and then bottom left, if I just pop me out of the way, you can then see StareDAG as well. So that's a wrong caption on there, but StareDAG is proof of stake with StareDAG will allow peer selection in constant time rather than logarithmic time. So again, a bit technical, but in essence currently it's being done in logarithmic time. It will allow them to do it in constant time, which will help everybody using it. And then finally, really the biggest one we're waiting for here in terms of fundamental updates is the Fantom virtual machine, and this is going to be the game changer, right? This is the one everybody's waiting for. All these other ones are nice and good improvements, but this is the one that's really going to change the game, and that's having their own virtual machine and not having to rely on the Ethereum virtual machine. Remember, if you're building on EVM, there's loads of benefits to that, right? It's easy for dApp developers over on Ethereum to port across, and Fantom's done that really, really well. But by using EVM, you're limiting your technical prowess to the prowess and the security and all the rest of things to the EVM, in which case, you know, you're in essence just acting like a layer 2 and not a layer 1. So really important that Fantom really does follow through with this much anticipated FVM and really push that through so they can become their own standalone layer 1 with their own tech and really excel using their own tech. Now, with all that said, with this video being about huge upgrades, there still is one thing on my mind, and it's like, these things are great, right? These things are really good for Fantom. But what is it we've spoken about constantly here on this channel about some of the weaknesses / areas of improvement for Fantom? In fact, we asked Michael Kong, the CEO of Fantom, this question directly. I'll link it up so you can watch it here. I also asked this exact question to Simone Pomposi, the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Fantom. And again, you can watch that. I'll link that up as well. But the question is around business development. If I was sat there at Fantom, for me, you can focus on the technology. You can keep making the layer 1 better, and you can keep doing this piece really, really well. And Fantom already do this piece really well. And it's great to see that they're already thinking about the next updates to make sure they're always at the front from a technical perspective. But I want to see more focus on marketing. I want to see more concerted effort on the business development opportunities. Because one thing we've learned from the crypto space is you can't just have perfect technology and you can't just have perfect religion, right? You need that religion, that cult-like following, the community bit, the social aspect, right? If you had a scale, almost, and you think about the scale as being on the one side, let's say this side is you're just a meme coin, right? And I'm not saying that in a rude way. Like, a meme coin has figured something out, and that is how to drive religion, a cult-like following, social community, right? So you put something like a meme coin there like Doge with very little tech, very little ability when you stack them up versus other layer 1 solutions. And then on the other side, you go, there's plays out there which are just pure technology, amazing technology, but very little progress. And I'd put projects like Fantom and Algorand on this side. They've not figured out the biz dev side. They've not figured out the social community, the religion, you know, they've not figured that piece out. And then what you want is the blend in the middle. You want those projects which have really good tech. You've got to be able to stack up against tech. But I'd give up 10% of Fantom's tech for them to be amazing at business development and social community. Because let's face it, it's like this YouTube channel, right? I can be spitting all the knowledge on this YouTube channel. I can be the best technical analysis, the best researcher, the best person giving you all amazing crypto advice. if I didn't figure out the marketing aspect, if I didn't figure out the business development such that nobody is watching this channel, I'm just talking to myself on a camera, which maybe I am, right? And so you need both. It's not okay to just say, I'm going to sit in a hole and focus on what I'm good at. And if you look at the Fantom team, and I've had the pleasure of speaking with them, they are very technically gifted, right? Very technically gifted. And that is why this piece, which we're covering off, whether they were SnapSync, whether it was the other things that they've worked on, they've continued to show good progress from a technical perspective. We know Fantom's not having downtime. We know they've got great transactions per second. We know they've got good block finality. We know from a technical perspective they stack up. But why are they not concentrating on the biz dev? Why are they not really making good progress on the biz dev? Now, one benefit of the doubt is it is a bear market. Biz dev is notoriously very, very difficult in a bear market / crypto winter. And even if you did do a little bit of biz dev, then arguably you could say the market is not going to price it in. But we have seen projects, I mean, things like Polygon Matic, which has gone ahead and done really good strategic partnerships, which has allowed them to have these important relief rallies, even during a bear market, just to remind people that they're a hot project that is ready to run in the bull market. So definitely love the technology, keep doing that, Fantom, but I don't want you to hide behind this because you can't figure out the biz dev. You've got to build that community, build that religion, build that cult-like following that really loves Fantom, and you see it in the small communities of Fantom, but make it so you can feel it, right? Make it so that everybody knows, oh, that Fantom community is hot, they're doing great biz dev, they got a partnership with XYZ. You know, what are those headlines that when people are meeting their friends and telling them about Fantom, they can easily communicate? Because let's face it, explaining Eragon wasn't very easy in this video. Explaining Watchdog project and automatic node pruning, yeah, that's not going to attract new people to crypto. It will attract your new dApp developers, which are great, but go build those use cases, build the social community, and create those biz dev opportunities such that we can excel here in the Fantom ecosystem. That is my point of this video, guys. Interesting week coming up. Make sure you stay locked and loaded. Don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. We're going to be covering off CPI this week. We're going to be covering off Michigan Sentiment Survey as well, and obviously how some of our favorite cryptos react to this volatile market. Guys, go check out this video on Fantom here, and I'll see you in the next one.